Welcome my Phoenix family to One-Footed Phoenix. Today I will be talking about how Pokemon Go has become harder to play and how the company has been leaving people out of playing the game that are disabled. And I hope you guys enjoy this topic today. This is a little bit different from what I normally post, but I thought that it was super important to post something about it being harder for disabled players to play, because after all, this is a disability channel where I advocate for disability. Today I will also be reviewing the Pokemon Go event that we just had happen, and that was the Pokemon Go Hoenn Tour, which was a free event that lasted 2 days, and I'll show you guys how I played and how I was able to enjoy this event still being in a wheelchair, and what I wish would happen to make the game more accessible. So here is all my stuff that I'm taking with me to play Pokemon Go today. I'm taking my battery for my wheelchair, all of the things that I need for my wheelchair, including a blanket to put over my legs, and in here is the bar and everything else for the drive system for the wheelchair. I take my bag, I take my prosthetic leg so that I can take the wheelchair in and out of my car by myself, and of course, I take my lovely chariot wheelchair. So I always take the Smob 1 unit with me, which is the battery that goes on the back of my wheelchair, and it's a self-propelled system, so I can drive the wheelchair and I can kind of like steer with my foot if it's in low gear. And so this allows me to be able to play the game and be moving around simultaneously. Okay, but it's not great. I do have to steer mostly like with my hands on the handrails like this, so I can't totally play and move at the same time. So what I really want to address is the fact that disabled players are being left out of playing Pokemon Go, and I wanted to bring to light that disabled players are being left out because soon the price of a remote raid pass is going to go up even more than it already has since the COVID-19 pandemic. And I understand that some of these COVID-19 bonuses were made to help players play the game because of COVID-19, but as a disabled player, I really wish there was a way to have these in-game bonuses for people who are disabled, because I have a really hard time getting out and about and out in the community to play the game. And I just wish that there was some way to say that I am a player with a disability and to be included more in the Pokemon community as well as the Pokemon Go community. Pokemon is something that I've been very passionate about for years now, and it's that one hobby that couldn't be taken away by disability, but now playing Pokemon Go is something that's being taken away from me because I have a disability, and my disability is severely limiting how much I can enjoy one of my favorite things in like the whole world. So that's why I'm making this video in the first place, and kind of saying, hey Niantic, we have a problem here. So some of the pandemic bonuses that made it much easier to play were things like increased incense when you're stationary, and it's more effective when you're stationary. There were things like more gifts from your buddy Pokemon, which was fantastic because I was able to send gifts and receive gifts from friends, and this is still kind of going on, but it's not as much as it used to be. And finally, we had increased interactive distance for Pokestops and gems, and I do believe that this is a bonus that has stayed to some extent, but it's also not what it used to be. It used to be like that the increased interactive distance was a lot larger than it is now, and so like you do have to get up closer to the physical locations to be able to play, which makes it more difficult for disabled players like me who are in a wheelchair like me, or who only have one leg like me. So I do wish there was a way to have some sort of disability pass where I could upload a picture of my handicap placard or parking pass to the app. Like, can I please have some free bonuses? That would be nice, and that would make the game a lot more fair. I'm just saying that it would make it more fair for people like me who have disabilities, and I don't know, maybe that's something that in the future Niantic can consider, especially if this video is seen and shared a lot. So here very soon, Niantic is going to be raising the price of the remote raid passes, or the passes that let you battle in a group battle. Those are going to be raised from 100 Pokecoins to 150 Pokecoins, or from 99 cents to $1.50, which $1.50 for one remote raid pass is pretty steep in my mind. And the second problem comes in where you can't get them any other way except for defeating gems, and gems only give you 50 Pokecoins per day. So that means that even if you go out and are able to hit a gem every single day of the week, you're only able to get one pass. And to me, that just feels like complete bogus. It feels like this is almost intentional, leaving disabled players out instead of accommodating us and saying, hey, we want your money, and saying, hey, we want your support. And I feel like Niantic is saying, we don't care about our disabled players, or we don't care about our disabled community. And I feel like there should be better rights for people with disabilities. Websites have to make their stuff disability friendly by providing things for the blind and image descriptions and things like that. And I feel like with a video game, it should be the exact same way. Like, there should be a way for disabled players to be able to enjoy the video game. So I was able to play the recent Ruby and Sapphire event, and this free event was really fun. However, I also had a hard time playing this event because there were a lot of raids, and only getting like one remote raid pass per week from free Pokecoins didn't let me play enough to get enough tokens to do a primal reversion to a primal form of a Pokemon, which is just like a kind of a game gimmick in the game right now. But it's really frustrating that I had to be at the physical location to play most of this event, and so I missed out on a lot of the event because of that. And because of the decreased incense effectiveness, I wasn't able to play very much of the event from home either. And so the incense would only really spawn Pokemon, or spawn the little creatures, while you were moving. And so like you had to keep moving to get the incense to spawn, and to get the incense to work, you had to keep moving. And so that made it really difficult to play as a disabled player who can't walk very much. I'm really calling for change from Niantic, and I hope that Niantic will someday write me an apology of like, hey, we're sorry we've been ignoring you, or we see you, disabled players, instead of just ignoring it. But as much as I feel left out and disappointed by the recent decisions of Pokemon Go, I understand that the main goal of Pokemon Go is to get you out in your community. I understand that, I really do. And for the most part, I think that it's been a really good motivator to exercise and to be healthy and to get out in my community. But what about those times that I can't get out in my community? That's what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the times that I can't get out in my community and that I'm limited by having to use a prosthetic, or having to be on crutches, or having to be in my wheelchair. I'm talking about those times. And I'm not the only one who plays Pokemon Go in a wheelchair. Like, I know I'm not. So to end things off, let's talk about Elite Raids. Elite Raids are raids that you can only play in person, and you have to be in person at a specific location to be able to play. And these Elite Raids are really cool and have really cool Pokemon that like I want to collect, and I can't because A, they always do them on Sunday, and B, because on Sundays I can't go out in my community to play Pokemon Go, because if I do, I will severely hurt my leg, and so I'm kind of like upset about this factor too, that I can't just go play these elite raids all the time. But one of my favorite Pokemon is coming to elite raids this season, and that is Regidrago, and the only way to get Regidrago is to play these elite raids where you have to be in person and you can't play them remotely, which I think is a bunch of bogus, because I'm being left out of an element of my favorite game, and I can't even like pay for a pass to play those kinds of raids. Like, what's up with that? Wouldn't that like severely limit the income that Pokemon Go can get? I don't get it. Anyway, if you are upset about some of these changes in Pokemon Go, let me know down in the comments down below. And if you think that video games should be required to accommodate for disabilities, also let me know down in the comments down below. I would love to hear you guys' perspectives, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this issue. Thank you so much for watching this little video and rant about playing Pokemon Go and having a disability. I hope that in some way you learned something and you'll be able to share this video with your friends. I would like to encourage you guys to hit the notification bell and turn it on to all notifications down underneath that subscribe button. It really helps me out to grow the channel, and it also helps you guys to never miss a video. And if you would like to see another video all about playing Pokemon Go as a disabled player, click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you, bye!